Hey everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Couple Queries. I'm Erin, and today we're talking about budgeting and how to save while doing it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So there are three important things when it comes to budgeting. There's timing, accountability, and practicality. So what is timing? Timing is just understanding when all of your bills are coming due. What I recommend doing first is finding out when all of these automatic charges are coming due. Automatic charges are things like your subscriptions to Spotify, to Netflix, to Hulu, any of those. Figure out when they're charging you every month so that you can figure out what you're using and what you're not using. And you might be able to cancel some you haven't used. Next, find out when all those fixed charges are coming due. So fixed charges are things like your car payments, your rents, your mortgage payments, your student loan payments, anything that's coming regularly and at the same cost every month. So now that you've identified your automatic charges and you've identified your fixed charges, now you want to take a look at what your variable costs are. So variable costs are things that are semi-regular, things that you're spending money on every month, but might change here and there. These are things like going out to dinner, grocery shopping, going out with friends. These things are about the same, but can be a little different. So it's good to budget these in a percent. Now, if you're someone who's working by the hour, it's probably good to budget more based off percentage of that total monthly income than based off of an exact number. This way you're going to have a little bit more breathing room each month, and you're not necessarily going to be overspending because you planned on a specific number and then the whole month is thrown off. The next tip in budgeting is accountability. You need to hold yourself accountable, otherwise these budgets are never going to work. So you need to find some kind of incentive to keep you going. So have a savings goal so you can see the number going up and up and up every month. Have a goal to invest a certain amount of money by the end of the year, or budget with a friend. Have something or someone that's keeping you motivated and holding yourself accountable. The third rule of budgeting is practicality. A too ambitious saving or a too ambitious budget is like a fad diet. You'll stick with it for a week and then you'll end up right where you started. Be realistic. What are things that make you happy on a daily basis? Ask yourself how you can invest in yourself in the month. If Starbucks coffee is what really makes you happy in the morning, then budget for that. Saving money and budgeting your money doesn't need to be a negative thing. It can actually reduce a lot of stress and can bring you even more happiness in future months. Now that we've talked about budgeting and allocating your money correctly, we need to talk about a couple different kinds of savings that you should be looking into. There's 4 that I would recommend. There's an emergency fund, a regular savings, an investment fund, and a vanity savings. First, we have an emergency fund. Now, an emergency fund is going to look different for everyone, depending on if you have kids, if you're single, if you have a spouse, if you're a guardian. It's always going to be a little different. It's just to kind of have a little cushion if there's a surprise emergency room trip or something that you weren't quite expecting that month. You should never touch that money. It should always be in your account. And you don't always have to contribute to this every month. You should have a set goal and then just leave it there once you've reached your goal. Next, you have your regular savings. So your regular savings is what you want to reserve for like your higher purpose items or higher purpose investments. This is the money that you're going to use to put a down payment on a car. This too should be the first savings account that you put money towards. You should almost think of it as like one of your fixed costs. It should be the same amount every month. Now, this kind of savings account can vary based on your placement in the world. If you're living in a country that's experiencing a lot of inflation, then it's probably good to be saving that money in a higher value currency. Or you could be looking into the third kind of savings account, which is a savings account reserved for investments. This is the money that you're going to be putting towards stock market investments, cryptocurrency investments, or investments in any kind of physical assets like silver or gold. Now, if you're a young adult or in college, thinking about your investments can be really overwhelming. But an important concept to understand is the time value of money. So money is worth more today than it will be worth tomorrow. So the sooner that you can start investing in anything, the more money that will yield in the future. Now, if you're looking to start investing, Robinhood is a great place to start. Couple Queries is not in any way sponsored by Robinhood, but we really love this app. If you go ahead and click the link below, it'll start you off with 1 free share to kickstart your investment portfolio. Now for the fourth and final kinds of savings will be your vanity savings. This should be the last savings that you contribute to, because this is just for smaller things. This is for things like going shopping with friends, spontaneous ice cream trips. This is meant to be something that's small, that's fun for you to do every month. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you look in the description, I attached a spreadsheet that I use to budget my own money every month, and it might help you to get started. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and request any kinds of videos you might want to see in the future. Thank you so much, guys.